So okay, Ruchi, I'll begin, and then you can, in the meantime, you can begin with start the prayer. So everybody, greetings to everyone. Hola, mabuhay, zadravo, zadrasi, aloha, salam, namaste, marhaba, konnichiwa, sanu, salam, and namaste. Greetings to all of you, and a big, big, big welcome to all of you from all parts of the globe, all the erudite dignitaries, the respected dignitaries of IIU, the distinguished speakers, the honorable participants, and the loving audience present here on this virtual platform from all over the globe. I am Alka Mahajan. I am the country director India for IIU's Women Entrepreneurship Council. Besides that, I'm an academician, a Toastmaster, a psychotherapist, a tarot reader, a communication and leadership coach, a radio and television host and presenter. And I believe in lifelong learning, and that is why I'm sure that all of you believe in the same. That is why we're all here. But before that, it is absolutely a privilege to be here in the midst of such dignified people from all over the globe. And I would like to talk about, welcome you all to this platform today, which has been organized by the International Internship University, the International Youth Development Council of IIU. So we are going to be talking about humanity aligned by goals, transforming a better world for the youth. And now, actually the International Internship University, it offers quality, accessible, and location-independent education around in all areas. Before we start, it is only befitting that we all pray to the Almighty for the success of the event and seek the blessings of divinity for the well-being of everyone all over the globe, so we stay safe and we are successful in all our endeavors. So, dear team IT, may I request you to play the Ganesh Vandana. Thank you. Dear Ruchi, can we have the Ganesh Vandana, please? Thank you. Well, everybody, wasn't that a very pious and divine way to begin the program for today? I'm sure that all of you uh, felt inspired, and there was a deep power of, an inner power coming from, emanating from within you, which gives one strength. Anything to do with the powers above, with the Almighty, always gives everybody strength. So yes, now, ladies and gentlemen, erudite personalities, dignitaries from all over the globe, friends, youth power, it is my absolute honor to introduce the team IIU, the strong support of International Internship University, who all are working constantly and consistently to achieve the vision and the mission of International Internship University. How? By bringing the new era of education all over the globe. The inspiration of IIU, Shri Dandi Swami Ji Maharaj, his blessings and guidance in every endeavor of IIU are indeed stimulating. Thank you so much. Now, talking about the trustees of International Internship University, we have two power women with us, and these power women are Mrs. Roshni Lal and Mrs. Anju Pandit. Now, visionary founder and COO of IIU, Mr. Peeyush Pandit, the man behind the success of IIU, a man of action, a man of dynamism, a man of pragmatism, and a man of talent. Co-founders of International Internship University, Mr. Stephen Wee, he's a co-founder IIU from Australia, Dr. Satnam Dwight-Chakar, the co-founder of International Internship University from UK, Miss Mona Anggia, co-founder of International Internship University from Indonesia. Now, let me introduce to you the executive board members of International Internship University. Beginning with my friend from Romania, Miss Corina Sujdia, who is the program director of this entire 4 days event, the International Youth Development Council. Then we have Dr. Kalyani Roy from India, who also is a new board member. Miss Nada Ratkovic from Croatia, Mr. Prakash Lal Dwight-Chakar from the UK. Now, International Internship University President Council, Dr. Pratibha Mishra from India, she's the advisory board. Dr. Satnam Dwight-Chakar from UK, Honorary Degree Board. Dr. Prachi Gaur from India, HR and Training. Dr. N.D. Mathur from India, Research and Development Board. Now coming to the Board of Directors of International Internship University. I begin with my friend, Dr. Snigdha Kadam from India, Dr. Alyssa White from the US of A, Dr. Prachi Gaur from India, and she is also the Country Director of India for IIU. Not only that, we have with us the ever-smiling Professor Dr. Chaplain General Eboria Usiholo Charles, Continent Head, Africa for International Internship University. What a pleasure to introduce the team International Internship University. Kudos to all of you, and I think they all deserve a loud round of applause, even if it's a virtual one, through emoticons, through smileys, and just smiling faces, I think that will be a big salute to the spirit of Team IIU behind this huge magnum opus. Thank you so much, Dr. Snigdha Kadam. I see your clap. I don't know. I'm sure that all of you are clapping because Team IIU definitely deserves it. Well, now all of you must be curious indeed, excited indeed about International Internship University. What is this? I mean, I've been talking about all the people behind the magnum opus, but what exactly is International Internship University all about? So, my friends, ladies and gentlemen, dignitaries, excellencies from all over the globe, let's have a sneak peek at this video, which will tell you everything about International Internship University. May we have the video on International Internship University, please? Dear Ruchi, may we have the video, please? Well, we sure, I mean, I sure do.
What is education? Books? Classes? Teachers? Schools? No. Education is not that. It's beyond this. Education is a term that we have grown up listening to since we were kids. Right from the beginning of childhood till this very moment, we have been surrounded by education and its need and importance. A luxury for the rich, a necessity for the bread earner, a dream for the underprivileged, an aspiration for the suppressed, a distant reality for the inaccessible. The primary objective of education is to impart knowledge. Education also has its fair share in building the thinking capacity of people's minds. Hence, education supplies people with knowledge and facts and also encourages them to integrate that acquired knowledge into practical and professional lives via necessary training. Education, thus, also plays a primary role in supporting the economic, social, and cultural sector of a country. It's a way to change the future today. The current education system can make people easy to lead, but difficult to drive, is either all academic, all physical, all virtual, or all costly. Also, it makes easy to govern, but impossible to enslave. We cannot win over the future by sabotaging our present with extreme disparity. IIU takes great pride in saying that we're bridging the gaps in education system. We're not just academicians, but also practically oriented. We're not just limited to virtual classes, but also physical exposure. We do not dig a hole in the pockets of the students and their families. We're everything that traditional education hasn't been. IIU has already implemented and promoting the MOOCs technology. When we talk about MOOCs technology, it stands for Massive, Open, Online Courses. The word massive is to be understood in the sense that 100,000 learners or more at the same time have open and equal opportunities to attend these courses. MOOCs are truly a tremendous technological leap, and what makes them so attractive is that they don't imply any cost to learners. IIU has tied up with more than 100 universities to provide more than 10,000 courses to the students, free of cost, with the help of MOOCs technology. We're a revolution in the making, a wind of change. Education is much more charming and intriguing than the temptations of distractions unnecessary. Our education policymakers must look into the problem to make a better system, which is more practical and provides hands-on learning to the students. Who are we? The International Internship University is a virtual university with state-of-the-art curriculum, real-life industry exposure, amazing student attention, learning-oriented resources, and most of all, a commitment to make the world a better place. Why do we exist? We exist to fulfill the necessity of the bread earner. We exist to help underprivileged achieve their dreams. We exist to fuel aspirations and accessibility. We exist to provide everyone the luxury of being capable of changing the world. We really do exist to ignite young minds and make them the torchbearers of tomorrow. For a better future. For the legacy of everyone who's left us. For the hope of everyone who's yet to come, and for the growth of everyone who walks this beautiful planet. We invite you to join our world-class educational team and platform with an altruistic dedication to creating the future. The change is so big that it would potentially impact millions across the world. Millions of children and youth around the world cannot wait any longer. Please join us in our effort to create the virtual learning generation of IIU. We're IIU, we're change. Welcome to our world, a new tomorrow.
So, ladies and gentlemen, excellencies, let me now take you through what exactly IIU does. You have seen that little video, and now let me give you a brief about it. So, International Internship University is building a better and brighter future for all young learners and is committed to providing better and virtual education to all the young learners of the globe. It is metamorphosing the conventional educational system by cutting down the additional costs and providing access to more than 1,000 plus countries. Not only that, and also internships, so that to their e-learning across the globe can be enhanced. IIU has been accredited and affiliated with the World Education Organization, WEO, and International Accreditation Organization, which is IAO, and collaborated with all the world's top universities and educational institutions through the platform of massive open online courses, MOOC, that you just now saw in the video. And before I continue, I would like to warmly welcome all our friends who have just joined us. I saw a lot of you joining in and wishing on the chat box. So a big welcome to all of you. I do hope that you will enjoy the learnings that we're going to be receiving today. Now, continuing about IIU, IIU provides various certificates, including diploma, graduation, post-graduation diploma, post-graduation courses, and honorary doctorates. IIU has received many accreditations as per international standards for the innovation, the vision, creative ideas, research, and writing white paper publications. Not only that, IIU is building a better and brighter future for all learners. Everyone who is willing to learn and is committed to providing better and virtual education to all the young learners all over the globe. Now, to name a few of the councils of IIU, to give you an idea about, detailed idea about IIU. So we have one of my favorite councils, of course. You can see the banner behind me. It is the International Internship University Women Entrepreneurs Council. So it empowers women. Then we have the International Internship University, ISDG, the Sustainable Development Goals. Then we have Iiu-Iydc, which is an educators forum. And of course, today's platform, Iiu-Iydc, which is International Youth Development Council. They say that youth is not defined by age or time, but by social energy and a mature mind. According to the president of International Youth Development Council, Mr. Peeyush Pandit, there are 6 things on which youth development build on. What are these 6 things? Competence, confidence, compassion, connection, contribution, and character. IIU-Iydc attempt to bridge the gap between global and local in each part of the globe. So, wow. So now that, ladies and gentlemen, and my erudite friends, personalities, respected dignitaries from all parts of the globe, um, haven't we, now that you've understood what Internship University works towards and what are the aims and objectives, let's try to, understand what we are here for today. And I'm sure all of us are excited because, you see, life is an unending process of learning. We can never claim to know it all because, learning continuously happens and we learn from each and every one. So be it youth, be it leaders, be it erudite scholars, be it young kids, we are learning every day. And on a platform like this, where we are meeting people and connecting with people from all over the globe, I think there is going to be a lot of learning. So tell me, are all of you ready to absorb? Are all of you excited to learn? Are all of you excited to share your perspectives, your strategies, your techniques, everything? Because today we begin the first day of the 4-day long, program. So this event begins today from the 10th of October to the 14th of October, and it will cover 100 grassroots level speakers, and it is going to be involving 50 countries. For today's program, we have 2 special guests and we have 23 keynote speakers for the day. Our topic, humanity aligned by goals, which will lead to a transformed youth of tomorrow. So the ignited soul, compared to any resource, is the most wonderful and the most powerful resource on the earth, above the earth, and definitely under the earth. So therefore, erudite personalities, excellencies, distinguished speakers, guests, and youth power, it's time to begin. It's time to absorb. It's time to learn. It's time to share. And it's time to be connected with a smile with all of us, all friends from all over the globe. I hope you're all ready. So let me now welcome on our virtual platform our very first speaker. He is our special guest for the day, and I would like to introduce all of you to him. So he is Mr. Indrajit Ghosh. He is the Global Ambassador of AHRI for SAARC countries. Now, this prestigious title itself speaks volumes of his experience in the corporate world. 34 years, ladies and gentlemen, excellencies, 34 years, no mean feat that is, definitely not. He is currently the chairman of the MSME, Chamber of Commerce and Industry of India. In fact, his achievements, his honors, his laurels, both professional and academic, are immense, are huge, and one could write a book on them. That is his immense power and his immense enigma. His immense contribution to the society towards breaking the COVID stigma has fetched him a certificate of kindness by the World Records Biennial for Spreading Kindness Digitally. A big salute to the spirit of this erudite personality, and we are fortunate to have him amidst us today on this virtual platform. So I would like to welcome him, and a warm welcome to you, sir, on this platform, Dr. Indrajit Ghosh. A big welcome. And yes, we are ready to hear and how you have achieved all that you have done. With what kind of spirit? and what is the secret behind that enigma? Dr. Iiu-Iydc-Ghosh. May we have you on the virtual platform, sir? Oh. All right. So maybe our doctor is not there. Yeah. Okay. So in that case, let me, ladies and gentlemen, introduce you with our special guest for the day. I told you we have two. So let me introduce to you our special guest. He is Dr. T.P. Shashi Kumar. Now, he is a space scientist, an educationist, a spiritual director, a motivational speaker, author of Life of Love, Rhythm of Life, Life Made Simple. He is a life mentor, Shiksha Gyanam Life Learning Residential Camp. Wow. Sir, warm welcome, and we look forward to hearing your encouraging and inspirational nuggets. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome on this virtual platform our special guest for the day, Dr. T.P. Shashi Kumar. Sir, may we have you on this virtual platform?
Namaskaram, namaskaram, namaskaram.
Namaskaram, sir. Thank you for joining in. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Alka Mahajan, for that beautiful start off. Thank you, my brother Peeyush ji, for the great leadership, the most powerful co-founders, very active IIU, the project director and International Youth Development Council, my sister Corina ji. I was having a long chat today morning with Corina ji, who is in Romania. My colleague who is absent today, the Indrajit ji, and great keynote speakers representing the world around. I was told that 100 speakers, 50 countries, and today 23 of them are here. Namaste from Dr. TPS from Hyderabad, India. If your actions inspire others, dream more, learn more, do more, become more, then you are a leader. The Bharatiya Shastram says, Yadyadajarati Sreshta Tatta Devetharochana Sayat Pramanam Kurute Logastadanuvartade. Be a role model where people can look forward on you and then say, oh, there is a man like this, let me also follow him. He is the leader who inspire others, not just inspire. Be in action so that he can be followed. I'm sure IIU is creating a lot of people responsible, like the old gray-bearded person in a youth program. That's a great responsibility for us to show that what we can give you. And the title is too big. Youth Development Council presents, and that says humanity aligned by goals, transformed a better youth. We are all human beings, being human. Social being social. Can the youth power be transformed by somebody else? Or is it has to come from inside? It's only from inside. Youth power can transform the world. That is what great saying. Add small value to that by elders like us. Probably that may be a better transformation for a better world tomorrow. I'm sure that is the whole purpose of these meets and deliberations. Indian Eastern philosophy contributed maximum by India. We talk about Sanatana Dharma. Sanatana means Nitya Nutanam and Chirapuratana. The ultra modern and the ancient. Dharma means quality. So can we establish that dharma, which is explained by different paths? Maybe I'll take only one path today to explain. That is called Purushartha. All of us are divine by nature, but all of us are driven by what is called kama, desire. Desire in Sanskrit is called kama. To satisfy my desire, I need wealth. That can be a relation, that can be a contact, that can be my fame or anything what I do, my profession or power or position. And that is called artha. The means to satisfy my desire is called artha. So kama followed by artha. But if I wanted to get that by dharmic, most valued principles, wisdom, which is taught by the ancient mythology, we call it as dharmic. But if you don't follow that, it is called adharmic. So dharmic ways leads to what is called moksha. So artha, dharma, kama, moksha. That is what is required to be happy, not shorter, but longer time. Probably today's youth is getting out of this track and then adhering to the short happiness which they derive. We need all of them to be transformed. I'm sure when I was introduced to IIU by Pranchiji and also the Ruchi and such great personalities made contacts alive and then kept me in this platform. We must all understand we have a great role as not just to teach, but create activities which will transform the world. Through youth, it becomes much faster. Today is a great day. 10th October is the World Mental Day, and I was attending one conference of IIU yesterday and listening to a lot of speakers. Here, humanity is missing because the world is in a turmoil. People are lost out of paths. They lost the paths, not aligned the goals. Life is controlled by goals, roles, and values. Do we know your role? Bhagavad Gita says, Swadharmam is most important. Your dharma, your action is more important, which you are supposed to do. You do somebody's action, that is called adharma, against. I am teaching every Sunday, 7:30 Indian time, Bhagavad Gita. So we just finished the 4th chapter, which establishes the action with the knowledge, jnana, and sannyasa karma. So your goal need to be aligned by Dharma Shastra, for which people need education. That's what Swami Vivekananda, the great saint from India, who went for the first Parliament of Religions, and then he said, education is man-making. If you're uneducated, so glad when being introduced, my books were referred. There's a book called Life Made Simple, in which I have realized now, otherwise lose your track. So people have to understand the growth by step. You can download this book from my website. Search for Dr. TPS. DR for doctor, T for teachers, P for parents, S for students, TPS. Look at my website, download this book, in which it says you have to progress level by level. By birth, all of us are great. In my poetry, again, this book was also referred. The millions of sperm from the father get into the mother's egg and only one take birth, and that's me, and that's each one of us. Therefore, by birth, we are great. But are we continuing that great path to make the world better is a big question. You need a lot of education. And that is what IIU is doing. And if that education is understood properly, samani chaitani dranam pashunam Nanam naranam adigo vishesho nane bihina pashubhisamana. If you are not educated, you are not a human being. And that is getting established by LIFE. All my books are mostly named by LIFE. Live in full enjoyment. learn in full enjoyment. Learning is an investment for future earning. When your learn, L, is removed, it becomes earn. So if you learn better, you will earn better. So create a big goal in life. Be human being. Be social being, and keep your learning, earning, and fame intact with bliss, permanent happiness, where balancing role, goal, and values. If this is done, your life becomes most precious, for which you need a good attitude, good skill, and good opportunity. I'm sure world keeps on changing its environment, but it's we who have to change that acceptable to us, convenient to us, and use those obstacles to prove yourself that you are more strong, and most strong. And I'm sure IIU with its global platform, working local with all the culture accepted inside, can do wonders. Pranam IIU for this opportunity and hosting me today. I assure that Dr. TPS is with IIU for all its activities. I'm so glad that I got an opportunity to talk to the world around, the youth leaders and the speakers, and pranams to each one of you and all the best wishes. Thank you. God bless you.
And we are also so honored and thankful that we could hear your powerful thoughts, wonderfully spoken, very articulate, especially life is controlled by roles and goals and insisting on action. And so many takeaways from the Bhagavad Gita, and talking of Swami Vivekanand, they talked about such great things. And if we can, they have a timeless quality, Dr. Because they have a timeless quality to them. And if we are able to follow those principles that they advocated in our lives, I think we will remain a youth, we will have the spirit of youth, not only now, but forever. So thank you so much for sharing those very, very, very powerful thoughts. It was an honor to listen to you. Pranam, and thank you so very much. Thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I have a surprise for you, but before that surprise, let me introduce this warm personality from the beautiful country of Greece. Beaches, water, the blue skies, Choliara Zanthi. She is a primary school director, ambassador of teachers for Europe, adult trainer, owner of 2 meds, and a PhD candidate. She has been for many years a coordinator at the School Innovation Network and member of the National E-Twining Support Service. She was an e-learning trainer, Moodle, Canvas, MOOC, and she has certified as a global program coordinator. Not only that, she belongs to Scientix, E-Twining, and Science CO Ambassadors Group, and she is a New York Science Academy mentor. She is the president of NGO NECI GR. Her specialization areas are very impressive indeed. So let me begin. Number 1, interculturalism, entrepreneurship, structured dialogue, inclusion, diversity, equal opportunity for the society, culture, working in the youth field, youth work, strategic dissemination and valorization of programs, networks too, network tools, online tools, youth policies, STEM, my, what impressive credentials, And ladies and gentlemen, it is a huge honor for me that I am announcing this, which is actually going to be a surprise for all of you. Today, IIU is announcing their Europe continent head. And the Europe continent head is none other than this impressive woman about whom I just read out to all of you. So I think it's really deserving that we all give her a loud round of applause. Maybe we unmute ourselves and clap for her, or you could show your love, show your happiness by just, sharing emoticons. platform. A huge round of applause for our very versatile, the very dear Tantia. So may we have you on this virtual platform and may we listen to you. I do understand that you're also going to be sharing a lot of surprises before all of us. So a big welcome, a big congratulations from Team IIU. We're so proud of you. A kudos to you, salute to you, and a big warm welcome on this virtual platform to you. May we have you on the platform, please?
Hello all, my name is Xanthi Kouliara, I'm from Greece, and I need to thank, first of all, for the warm welcome and all those kind words. You just mentioned in my life of the last 25 years in keywords, and first of all, I need to share with you. First,
excuse me. May I request the audience to please mute themselves so that
okay.
There is no problem. Thank you so much. Yes, please continue. I'm so sorry for that interruption.
No worries. It happens when we have this kind of
yes.
live events.
Yes, it does.
Yes. So we have young people around us. So the first thing I need to share with them is that I succeed in many things because I have too many good and very creative and very useful mentors. I was really lucky in my life. I had the right people next to me, so they encouraged me and they they show me the paths. We have to walk our own paths, but I had some special people next to me to show me the way. So following their example, I'm here to share with you a few things of how to transform our youth from our kids to future professionals, passionable people, and not only certificate collectors. And this is a point that I need to share it with the young people. We need passion to succeed, not only papers. So, give me a second to share my presentation. And I think you don't like to hear me. It's the third time that someone mutes me. Just kidding.
We love to hear you.
I know, thank you so much. The first thing I had to do is to read very carefully the of this meeting and to connect it with me, my experience, my professionalism, and how can I contribute to this kind of actions. I need to thank Corina. She's the one that she invited me here, and of course IIU University. It's an honor for me. And as many things as you do in life, they are not enough. You have to keep doing it, keep working, and keep sharing. If we want to be really creative of what we do, we need to understand why to encourage youth, why to support youth, because they are our future. They are not only our kids. The people, the young people are the future of the planet. We need to have it in mind every day, every minute. Before we make any decisions or choices, we need to consider the 10 most important challenges that our youth they need to face. First of all, the most of them, they have to face unemployment. They don't have the same opportunities in education, or sometimes they have to face failure. Nowadays, because of the trends, they need to face also all the issues about body image. A lot of family problems, especially after the lockdowns we had. It's always on news and we know that it happens. Also, many different types of abuses, the materialism, also the lack of affordable housing. I need to share with you that many young people in Greece, they stay home with their parents. They don't have the opportunity or the need to stay alone or even to make families because the crisis and other facts. We have stereotypes, a lot of them. It depends from the country you live and the life you do and the background, the environment, and many other sectors. And of course, social networking. Can you imagine what happened a couple of days ago when we didn't have Facebook and Instagram for some hours? A big disaster for the young people, especially for my daughter and many other people in her age. And of course, crime. Except them, we had already climate change with all the difficulties of disasters and bad weather and the changes between warm and hot weather or cold weather. And since 2019, we had to face COVID, especially the young people. They didn't have the chance to go to their universities, to their schools, to their work. They had to make changes to stay at home. It wasn't only negative, that part. We had time for our families, we had time to organize our houses, but it was a bad experience in total. And that's why we still are trying to face it. How to transform young people in professionals and passionate workers. First of all, if we want to do that, we need to have very, very serious aims. How to find those aims? If we want to have basic aims about youth, we need to know very well their needs and then to transform those needs in aims. And after that, we can make decisions together with them. And I will explain why. The most important needs, according to the references, are to belong. That means to be cared from the others, to master. That means to be able to solve their problems, to be independent. That means to influence other people. And you know how big trend is to be an influencer those days, but not only in topics relevant to our everyday life. Also, we can have influencers, young influencers for science, for education, for ethics, for tradition, etc. And also they need to be generous. We know how important is volunteerism and very big actions are able to be done because of young volunteers. That's why if you see with the red sentences, we need to help them with the relationships, to give them learning experiences. Nowadays, because of COVID, they have a lot of time at home. We can offer to them trainings, webinars, conferences, why not? Also, we can give them new roles. We can create some new communities, and they can have the chance to be leaders. Leadership is not something that only the older people can handle. We have a very, very active young leaders, excuse me, in European projects, for example, in Erasmus youth projects. And also to inform them about how can they offer to the communities. Trust me, they don't know all the young people where to go, what to see, and how many open opportunities exist and waiting for them. That's why we need to create some networks, some channels of communication to keep them informed. Of course, today I heard that I am the head of European countries, and the honor is huge for me. But this is only a title. We need action to be heads. We need action to help our young people. Of course, all of us, we need to respect the policy of IIU and the ethics and the ideology, and also the main policies, educational policies of the university. But we're going to contribute with our experience and our practices, professional practices we use in our everyday life. So our initial thoughts. And this is, and those are the surprises that I'm sorry, I don't remember the name, let's say partner from IIU mentioned in the beginning. I'm new, so forgive me if I don't remember all the names. For example, when I read all about IIU, I said, oh, we need a youth conference to bring all the young people together to share with them their issues, their problems, their expectations, and then to make decisions about very important actions that we need to be done. Also, all of us, we offered in the past a lot of training courses and webinars. Why not to repeat them or to reform them in order to deliver them for IIU too? As you heard in the beginning, I'm a mentor in New York Academy of Sciences, and I have a lot of youth people there. I support them the last 5 years. They are from all over the world. The young people of IIU and all the supporters are very welcome if they need my help to be supported. And I have a very, very important partner, and we had some technical problems to be connected with Zoom, but now I'm sure that she's with us, is Astra. You know her from the previous event you made about the International Teachers' Day. She's an expert in interviewing experts. So just have in mind that something new is coming, and this is not only a promise and a surprise, this is an open call. That means all you, the experts from all over the world or Europe, you're very welcome to contact with us and to create a schedule with interviews with experts, a kind of video cast, so we can offer them to young people. And my last comment, because I don't want to spend today's time, is you are very welcome, all the existing partners from Europe, to contact with me if you feel that you want to continue offering for IIU. Honestly, I want to meet you all. If someone doesn't want to continue, that's fine. And the open call also involves people from all over Europe as representatives from countries. We will make some suggestions, but we need other people that are that they think that can contribute to this mission. And this is a mission. And it's not only a duty, it's not only a title, it's not only a certificate. We need action. So IIU people, you're very welcome to work with us. My promise is that small, simple word, action. Thank you so much for inviting me here. I will do my best to represent IIU as a head of European countries. Thank you.
So that was wonderful and amazing. Once again, a big, big congratulations. I love the power-packed way with which you were urging everybody about taking action, youth power. I think that is a trigger point. If you have the passion, you know, Oprah Winfrey, I think also said this, that passion is energy. When you feel the power that comes from, you know, focusing on what excites you, then you have your life set for you. And I think that is what we need. That is the kind of power from within that we need in order to, you know, make headway in this journey of life. So, wow, great. And once again, big, big congratulations to you. And I'm sure you're going to do amazing work. And I'm sure you're going to have lots of people following you. I, for one, have become your biggest fan. So please add me to your list if you would like to. But yeah, yes, it's always amazing working with people who are and who have this kind of dynamism. So great. Thank you.
Thank you. An open proposal, maybe we can connect our networks also about women, because I've seen it behind you. I work for Greek network, We Mentors.
Yeah, this is IIU's.
So let's make proposals here and create things for the future for the young people.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. And yes, we should. And let's talk about it after the program. We all will definitely get in touch with you. Thank you. So that was wonderful, wasn't it? We have now with us our Europe continent head, such a lovely, power-packed, powerful woman of substance. Indeed, it was a pleasure listening to her. And I'm sure all of you also learned a lot from her. And somewhere down the line, the passion from within you has awakened up. So if it was sleeping, it probably has come to life. All of a sudden, it has, gotten a life, a new lease of energy. So wonderful. Thank you once again. Now, ladies and gentlemen, and able excellencies, let's move further. Now we have with us our keynote speaker, our very first keynote speaker, all the way from which country? One of my favorite countries, because I was there for a good number of years. I, in fact, studied there. It's a beautiful country, the Pearl of the Orient, Philippines. I am inviting Bryant Atencia, an educator, a certified TESOL English educator by Teach Australia. He's the regional English language officer in the US Embassy of Philippines. So Mabuhay, Bryant, a huge, huge welcome to you from my favorite country, Philippines. Yes, we are ready to hear your powerful word, and you definitely are a youth leader.
Thank you so much, Ms. Alka, and Mabuhay as well. I'm so happy to hear that you have been, here in our country, and with arms wide open, we are accepting everyone here who are participating, joining in this very prestige event of IIU. So let me share my screen. Ms. Alka, can you allow me to share?
Yes, you can share it, Bryant. I think it's not going to be, just try. Are you able to do it?
Let me, yes, perfect. It's working now. Thank you, Ms. Alka. Okay, so is my screen visible to all of you?
Yes.
Please concentrate to the time. Please concentrate to the time, madam.
All right, thank you. Let me start. Okay, so welcome to the presentation of our country. Okay, I'll be the first Filipino speaker to present. Together with me is my student from the university. And let me start off with humanity aligned by goals, transform a better you. So let's proceed. So as we progress to the 21st century, there is a lot to look forward to. At the same time, various issues that face our country and the world require our immediate attention. Those include climate change, biodiversity loss, and the rise in violent extremism and inequality. That is why I decided to create the global quarantine. This is a set of university students here in the Philippines, and they have been participating in different events. So most of the students, including my student who will be speaking right after me here, are future licensed professional teachers from the Laguna State Polytechnic University in Los Baños and in Santa Cruz, located here in Laguna, part of Luzon here in the Philippines. And I even got one of my students who is studying in the most prestigious university as well here, the University of the Philippines in Los Baños. So it all started when two of my members, okay, Romel Leron and Jose Magno, joined the We Rise Up for SDGs, wherein they shared their projects under the SDG goal number 7, affordable and clean energy. And after that, everything followed. They have joined Global Quarantine Conversation Club for Teens, wherein they are exchanging ideas, exchanging experiences to day-to-day things that happen. And this is one of the projects that we have decided to start in order for these wonderful minds to exercise during the quarantine, or as we call the pandemic situation. And we also decided to have a webinar meant for students and hosted by student speakers as well. So the very first webinar series that we have created will be the education in the pandemic, the pros and the cons, wherein students from India, Armenia, Malaysia, and Nepal participated. Next off, we decided to have a topic about youth development and etiquette in times of the pandemic, wherein Indonesia became the host, and again, India, the Philippines, Myanmar joined and shared wonderful ideas to the whole world. And then we decided just last month ago to have our third webinar series, which is led again by student speakers. And the topic is mental health and well-being in the pandemic. And this time the moderator came from our country. And India, Indonesia, Panama, Taiwan, and Egypt participated. And today, all right, at 6 p.m. Indian Standard Time, we will have another webinar series with the theme time management, wherein a student from Armenia will be the moderator, and two representatives from our country, from Poland, from Mauritius, from South Korea, and Sri Lanka will share how do they manage their time during the pandemic and after this event that moved everyone else. Also, the students have participated in World English's Conversation Club, wherein they talk to teenagers, young adults, professionals about improvement of the language that most of us are using, English. And also, yours truly decided to create a very simple online event wherein we wanted to talk about the power of positivity, because we wanted to hear from the students how positive they are in times of the pandemic and after this event happened. And right now, we're very thankful to Teacher Coriana for allowing us to have one of my students, okay, Nicole Beleza, to be a participant, to share her thoughts about the topic Humanity Aligned by Goals, Transform a Better Youth. And before I end my presentation, I would just love to leave you with this very simple quote. Aspire to inspire before we expire. It's a little bit funny because, you know, the word expire to be used to person. But in reality, we are expiring if we don't learn new things, if we don't expand our horizon, if we don't accept new things. So right now that we are active, we are in our young age, let's aspire. Let's try to target and inspire young minds and even adults, okay? That's what I also do as a leader of MOOC here in the Philippines. We try to inspire one another because that is one thing that would be never forgotten to us. The legacy that we inspire one another. Thank you so much. And that's for my presentation.
Kamanga Manga, Salamat. It was wonderful. It was absolutely awesome. I love the teen conversation club that you have started. I think that's amazing, you know, and the power of positivity that you've started, very close to my heart as well. And so I was highly impressed. And your last quote, that was the icing on the cake. So more power to you. Bravo, kudos. Kamanga Manga once again, and Salamat for that wonderful presentation.
Teacher Alka, you simply saying kamangha mangha and salamat makes me so grateful. Okay. it makes me proud that I am a Filipino and you visited our country. So thank you so much, Teacher Alka. Appreciate it.
You to you too. So that was wonderful, wasn't it, ladies and gentlemen? We had a fantastic time listening to Brian's, account, how he has been, working with the power of youth and, trying to encourage them to do something, to make something of their life and not just to sit idle. I think that's what is truly required from all of us as educators. So let's move on and listen to more of our educators because we have so much time and we need to listen to everybody because our next may I request everyone
Keep your bike, madam. Keep your bike near to you. Your voice is very low.
my voice is low.
Yes, yes. Other speakers has good voice. Your voice is low.
Really? All right. Can you hear me now? Somebody seems to have their uh, mics on, and that is why it is creating a lot of distraction. Thank you. So, Mr. Bryant, is my voice audible?
Yes, it is.
Yes,
It is,
All right,
Alka.
thank
it's
you.
good.
Oh, thank you. I don't know how somebody got that impression. Anyway, so let's move forward. And now we have with us on the virtual platform from the country, Taiwan, we have an English educator, a leader of the international educational professional community, a KidLink Association director. We have with us Chien Hui Yu. Welcome to this virtual platform and ni hao to you. May we have Chien Hui Yu. Are you there? I did see you, I believe. Miss Chien, are you there? All right. It seems not there. So let's move on to our next speaker for the day. Our next speaker is the lovely student from Philippines. So it's over to you, Nicole Beleza. You are from Philippines, my dear, and mabuhay to you. And let me see what little I have about you. You're a student in a state university, an activist who believes government is for the people. As an educator, you believe in the fact that the pen is mightier than the sword. Wow, we are dying to listen to you. So please share your thoughts with us. Nicole Beleza from the beautiful country, Philippines.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, Teacher Alka. Thank you for that short introduction. I was so tense, right? I am so tense right now to speak. And at the same time, I'm so inspired from the recent speakers that we have a while ago. Teacher Bryant will help me to share my presentation for today's topic. Is that okay, Teacher Alka?
Absolutely, dear. Absolutely.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so first off, good afternoon once again. Good afternoon, good morning, and good evening. First off, we are living in a 21st century where technology advancement is rampant. Wi-Fi, money is rampant. Buildings, economy, economic growth, food is very rampant. But at the same time, Teacher Bryant, please, next slide. But at the same time, we're living also in a world full of hunger, full of killings, full of exploitation, full of discrimination, full of poverty, full of injustices. And this is the thing that makes me sad the most, is that farmers are getting underpaid by the system. They're being marginalized by the system. But in the end, they are the ones who feed us, right? But because of the things that I've read online and the things that that teacher Brian taught me, it made me curious about the sustainable development goals of United Nations. I've searched online, and then boom, on 2012, in 2012, United Nations as an organization made developed the sustainable development goals, wherein they want to eradicate poverty, they want to stop the societal problems that we are currently facing. That's why, Teacher Brian, please, next slide, please. That's why my presentation for today will be entitled Sustainable Development Goal, a Work in Progress. And in this presentation, I would like to highlight what youth can do, especially in this time of pandemic, and especially in the progress that I am saying. Okay, next slide, please. Teacher. As a millennial, as a Generation Z, I want to use this hashtag, no person left behind. Because after reading and contemplating the Sustainable Development Goals of United Nations, it made me realize that with proper intervention, we can make and we can create an inclusive environment where people, youth, adults, and children can have safe space to live. They cannot experience hunger. No children will die in hunger, in poverty. Every children will be having an equal chances to live. Every children will be attaining quality education that we need, especially in this time of pandemic. And especially I want to highlight in this topic because in the Philippines here in the Philippines we struggle a lot when it comes to educational system. So as a future educator, I want to encourage every student, every people, every adult to somehow push yourself, encourage yourself to read books, to go library in the library, and challenge yourself to learn things. Encourage yourself to experience things, because I believe that experience is the best teacher among all. And I agree to it. And in order for us to achieve that inclusive environment, we need to empower ourselves. We need to empower youth. We need to empower adults. We need to empower children to use their voice as a medium to persuade. Oh, excuse me. I'm so sorry with that.
That's
noise.
okay. That's okay. Don't worry. Please carry on, Nicole.
Okay. I think someone's mic is on. So
yeah, that's
okay.
why. Request everyone to keep their mics on mute mode, please. It sort of is very disturbing for the speaker. Nicole, my dear, you're doing a marvelous job. Please carry on. Please carry on.
Thank you, Teacher Alka. And I want to, as I was saying, I want to encourage every people. I want to empower youth, especially youth, because as what the speakers mentioned a while ago, youth are the future, right? Am I right? Is everyone agreeing on me on that note? And yes, we must. So I want you guys to, somehow use this hashtag, if ever, no person left behind, because that's the goal in my own personal view, that's the goal of the Sustainable Development Goals, or that's the vision of the Sustainable Development Goals made by United Nations in order for us to have a safe space that everyone can live. something like that. Yes, teacher, can you please, next slide. And to end my presentation, because we only have limited time, this is my 3 reminders, not just for youth, but to all audiences here in this webinar. Number 1 reminder, you have the power to change the world. Just like what our speakers stated a while ago, we are the future. So we have the power to change the world. We can post online. In that simple post, you can, somehow influence your followers on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, right? You have the power to change the world, and you cannot just underestimate a single post, because with that single post, it can reach thousands of people, not just thousands, but millions of people. And somehow that post might have a personal attack on them, something like that, or that personal post might awaken their sleeping soul to somehow for themselves and for their country, something like that. Number 2, you have the ability to influence people. As I was saying a while ago, you have the power to change the people, have the ability to influence people. That's why I am encouraging you guys to use your voice, to use the platform that you have, to interact, to socialize, and again, to empower everyone to speak what they want, to write what they want, in order for them to express the things that they wanted to say, something like that. And then the third one is, the future generation relies on you. This is my favorite quote. The future generation relies on you, because it is true. We as a Generation Z, we relied on the baby boomers, on the adults, and the youngsters rely on us. So again, it is important to know that every one of us has a responsibility, and it is our job, since we have a responsibility to everyone, it is our job to use our platform in a good way, to empower everyone, and to make better changes in the world. Because at the end of the day, we can make an inclusive, safe space, and a happy environment that people can live and can enjoy. And that's it for my presentation, teacher. I hope you guys have.
Well, a big thank you, Salamat. That was wonderful. The hashtag, no person left behind, and your reminders, they were all awesome. Very well said. Keep your spirit going always. Lovely. And yes, I think we are a little behind time. So please forgive, and let's try to keep our presentations 4 to 5 minutes, so that we may be able to speeden up the process a little bit and yet learn a lot. So without delay, let me invite our very next speaker onto the virtual platform. I share the same first name with her, Mrs. Alka Singh from India. She is an educator par excellence, a leader, the principal of Bluebells Model School, and she believes that what the mind can believe and think about, the mind can definitely achieve. So there she is, the smiling and vivacious Mrs. Alka Singh. The stage is yours, and I'm so happy that there's someone who has the same name as me. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Madam Alka. I would ask for apologies because of my throat, but I didn't want to give up on this opportunity. I hope I'm audible enough.
You're wonderful. You're sounding wonderful and looking wonderful as well.
Thank you so much. this topic is very close to my heart when we say humanity aligned by sustainable development goals, and they transformed a better youth. I think that's what I'm doing right now. So taking it up, when we talk about humanity, because everyone has been talking about SDGs, so I just wanted to take it up saying that, what does it actually mean? It means caring for and helping others whenever and wherever possible. Humanity also means helping others at times when they need that help the most, without any selfish interest, and it out there unconditionally, right? And loving each living being on earth. Go back to the SDGs, all 17 of them. You say sustainable development goals, humanity together. Get it? Why were these goals formulated? And why in 2020, what are we aiming for? So we're aiming that all people, like every single person. I would seriously appreciate, Nicole, when you said that no one is left behind. That every single person in 2030 will enjoy peace and prosperity. All 17 goals out here. And the power of the youth, you could just see it, Bryant and Nicole, both of them. That is the power. I don't have to say much. If we are to reach the ambitious goals, the goals what we're talking about, that we have to set for ourselves and for future generations, youth should have the opportunity to contribute in shaping global action and molding the mindset change that is required to embrace the values of sustainability and inclusivity. Everyone together, no one left behind. Today, I'm sure you all know this data. Globally, there are over 1.8 billion young people or people under 30, representing close to a third of the world's population. Look at the power. Look at the power, what we can utilize, the potential what we have. And do you think, looking at this potential, the sustainable development goals we cannot attain? I'm sure we can. With just 10 more years to go, 200% we can. Remember, this is the largest youth population recorded till date. This is for all of us. And the voices and perspectives, especially concerning inclusive and sustainable development, matters. If you focus on that, far from being mere beneficiaries. So why am I saying that? Because these are the people who are going to see that future. Understand this one part. But remember, why are we focusing on the youth? The reason is because we were the ones who could not do it, right? And this is the power what we have. And how do we, and we have been seeing that. I saw all the 3 presentations. We can see how we can include all of them. Every single aspect can be taken up. I'll give a very small example. The first time, our school is an SDG school, every single lesson plan what the teachers teach, they have to relate it to one of the SDGs. And when we started off, it was like that was almost 5 years back. And now even a grade 3 child gives a presentation to the class, right? Talking about how we can save water, how we are going to save the environment, what are the initiatives we've taken. We have an eco warrior representing each class and the initiatives what they take. So that's what we're talking about. We sensitize them. It is not that, they're students. We sensitize them that how, full employment is something what we are aiming at. Zero poverty, no hunger. So that's what and how we take up these things. We involve them in social community programs. We have these projects what the students are involved with. So that is how this is actually the task force what we should utilize. Remember that. And as I was saying, that far from being mere beneficiaries of 2030, what we feel that that's their future. Young people, believe me, have been active architects in its development and continue to be engaged in the frameworks and processes that support its implementation. Not just the implementation, follow-ups, the review. When we adopted this 2030 SDG goals, believe me, our aim, what we thought of, we said that, this journey of these 15 years, we are going to attain it. 200% we can, but the only possibility is provided we involve this power, the youth power over here. Remember, one more thing. Everyone was talking about the 21st century skill set. That's prime important for each one out here. You must be educators. I saw a student, I saw a teacher out there. Each one, we are actually training these students or the youth, educating them for a future which even we are not aware, for the kind of jobs which do not exist right now. Remember this one part, each one of us. And earth, environment, what we are not even aware about. So first thing, what we can give is resilience, empathy, compassion, adaptability. These are the skill sets if you give them. Keep relating. I'm again coming back. I started with humanity. I said SDG goals. And now I'm talking about, when we talk about better youth, what is the better youth what we want? A youth which is empowered, a youth which feels fulfilled. So the only way out is action. I love that, the only thing what we can do, Xanthia, if I'm pronouncing it right, take action. Everyone out here, we can come as a speaker, feels great, but it doesn't stop there. Unless we are implementing, we should not be speaking out here. That's most important. We need to take action, then talk about it, and then ensure that this is like a ripple effect. I'm sorry, throat is seriously bad. So I'll conclude with this, saying that each one, let's be a part of it. Thank you so much. Just wanted to say this, that take action and just don't speak about it, do it. It's not necessary people need to know what we are doing. It is necessary what we are doing right now. Thank you so much, Ma'am Alka. Thank you. It was a pleasure being here.
And it was a pleasure listening to you. What you said really makes sense. Take action, the two powerful words. And we should not be really talking about it if we're not really practicing it ourselves. This was the major takeaway. And this is the principle that I also strongly believe in, that, practice before you actually start talking about it, or rather preaching about it. So very well said. Thank you so much. And that reiteration and that reminder was indeed powerful. And I'm sure everybody is inspired to work on those lines. Thank you so much. Thank you. And I hope you get well soon. Your throat gets well soon. Yes. All right. So let's now move on to our next speaker, also from India. He is also a principal of Sapphire International School in Ranchi. He is a believer of focus on the process and fruit will take care of itself. I am talking about Mr. Amit Kumar. So Mr. Amit Kumar, may we have you on the virtual stage? And we would love to hear your perspectives on this topic. Humanity aligned with goals. Mr. Amit Kumar, are you there? It seems he's not there. So let me move on to our next speaker. Our next speaker is Dr. Kauf Abochi. Let's welcome him. He's a specialist of American Studies, the country director of IIU Togo, an advocate for the causes of youth empowerment and recipient of the Youth Development Award. So Dr. Kauf, may we have you on this virtual stage? I saw you a couple of minutes back. Unmute yourself.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yes, there you are, all smiling and beaming. Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, it's an honor for me to be live here and to share my opinion with you. First of all, I would like to say a big thank you to the co-founders of IIU, to the board of directors, and to all the international leaders of IIU all over the world. Thank you, and thank you to all of us, the young people present here, to share our opinion and to discuss together actions we need to take for a better world. Thank you again. When I come back to the topic, humanity aligned by goals, transformed by a better youth, the question I ask is, what is the role that young people need to play for a better world? It's generally believed that the youth are the future, or are the hope of the future. And surely we as young people have a great role to play for the world to become a better place for everyone to live in. And I'm talking today to us, young people, but especially to young Africans. The contribution of young people for the development of the world is very, very important. But I think that these young people who are supposed to bring their contribution for a better world are still not ready, especially the African youth. We have a lot of opportunities here in Africa which young people need to take and to help Africa become a better place. But when we look at the field, when we look at the realities, the young people are still lagging behind. They're still hesitating to take actions for the world to become a better place. And for my opinion, my advice to young people in Africa is, first, we need to read a lot. You know, we live in a continent whereby conditions are very harsh, where of course, libraries are not that many, where it's not even easy to afford higher educations. And many young people just kind of give up, and they just limit themselves to the kind of the education they get from school. But we need to read a lot, my people. We need to love books, because for us to be competitive, for us to save this world from dying. Someone said earlier that before we expire, we need to take action. Yes, for the world is expiring, humanity is expiring, and we young people, especially young Africans, we need to bury our heads in books. We need to love staying in library. Recently, currently with the advent of technology, there are a lot of opportunities for us on the web. Like, we have online libraries. I'm on Telegram, and on Telegram you can join many online libraries, download books and read. We need that for us to save the world from dying, for us to leave a positive impact on the world. And I also need to advise us young people to make a good use of social media. Currently, or nowadays, especially with the pandemic, the advent of the pandemic, many young people will just waste time on social media for, excuse me, useless chats, and for just only birthday wishes and all those kind. And instead of waking up, instead of working on their dreams and doing all they can do to save the world. Once again, my people, as a young person, and myself, I'm a young person, I'm talking to all of us. Which action are we taking daily for the world to become a better place? Which action are we taking? Here in Africa, most of our governments are corrupted, and we always condemn them. We always accuse our leaders of not helping the youth. But then when we look at ourselves as young people, we are not doing anything for the future that we expect. We are not taking action. We are just there wasting our time on social media, chatting and accusing our leaders. Please, let's wake up, young people. And also, I identify another issue is what I call the cult of music. Music is a good thing. We need music, but I think the youth of today is too much addicted to music. We waste too much time on listening to music, and it's even that no wonder we see nowadays people on the streets with earphones, and they can't focus. They can't even be in harmony with the environment around them. Meditation is very rare nowadays. People can't meditate because they're just too addicted to music, and even in their bathroom, people have to listen to music. Even while sleeping, music must be on. I, for one, I'm not against listening to music. Music is a good thing for all of us, but this is this cult of music that prevents many young people from sitting, thinking about their life and thinking about what they can bring as a contribution to the development of the world. Thank you all for listening to me. The time, I think we are a bit late on the time, so I would like to stop here and wish all of us a better future. But for that better future to be possible, we need to take action. We need to wake up, invest in ourselves, and work for the development of the world. Thank you all.
And a big thank you to you. Take action, waken up, and make the world the best that can be on planet Earth. And only we can do it. And if we have the passion and if we take action. So it's only basically two words, passion and action, that has been doing the rounds, but very beautifully and succinctly shared. And thank you for sticking to the time limit. That is very important. Thank you so much. Wonderful.
You're welcome.
Yes. Now, our next speaker, since we do not have our speaker from the Philippines, I would like to invite our speaker from Malaysia, from the land of the Petronas Twin Towers, my favorite. I loved being there. And you know what? Bollywood movies have been shot there a lot, and I just love those movies. We have a chemistry educator, iconic teacher, an edu influencer, an MIE expert, and vice president of Malaysian Teachers STEM Association, the very lovely, vivacious, and ever smiling Lee So. A big welcome to you, and the stage is yours now.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, good evening from all educators from all over the world. Thank you, Ms. Alka, for giving me this chance. Okay, I would like to talk. I hope I can finish my sharing in the between of 5 minutes. Okay, the lovely topics given to us today is humanity aligned by goals, transform a better youth. To me, our world is keeping changing. Therefore, we need to fulfill ourselves with many skills, especially the youth. They need the right mix of skills to thrive. Memorizing facts is less important today than in the past. They are not sufficient to foster thoughtful, productive, and engaged citizens. The importance of access to information and technology are increasing. The youth need to develop skills to evaluate and apply knowledge in ways that meet the new demands of our changing socials and also academics. Transformations of educations from teacher-centered to student-centered is mandatory in order to bring our youth to a more challenging future. Transformations of education, as I say just now, very, very important so that we can bring our youth to a more challenging futures. So besides that, mastering of skills in technology is an undeniable advantage to bring success to youth. In addition, we need to allow them to be independent, empathize with them, lead them by examples, provide fun learning activities such as activity organized by our lovely IIU. According to John Gay said, I would like to share with you, this is a very interesting point from John Gay. He says that never tell a young person that anything cannot be done. So we always have to motivate our young learner, our students, that they can do it. Okay, so we don't say that anything cannot be done. And we want our legacy to stand upon the youth. We want to give knowledge to the younger generations and to be part of changing the game. That's all from me. Thank you for listening.
Wow, that was amazing, amazing. Absolutely just the way you are. I love your smile and the very conviction with which you were sharing your thoughts. I think that has created a lot of magic on the stage, and everyone has been propelled to action, to take action, because that is what all of us are sharing, that, you know, we really need to move forward and we really need to take action. and youth power. Salute to it. And a big salute to you. Thank you so much. You were absolutely amazing. And thank you for sticking to the time limit.
Yeah.
That's the best part. A skill that we all need to, we're working on. Well, let me now move on to our next speaker. Our next speaker is from India, Meenu Melwani, an accomplished teacher with a dynamic career in new teaching technologies, usage of new tech tools in the classroom environment, T4 Country Ambassador India, Climate Action Project 2020 mentor, HOD, and facilitator. Miss Meenu Melwani, may we have you there? Thank you. I see you smiling. Thank you for being here and a warm welcome.
Thank you, Alka ma'am. And I would like to, I hope everybody can hear me.
Absolutely, Meenuji, we can hear you perfectly.
So Swami Vivekananda once said, "We are what we are, and thoughts have made us. So take care about what you think, because words are secondary. Thoughts live and travel far." Good evening and namaste from India. So we are all gathered here to share our thoughts on humanity aligned by goals, transformed a better youth. The world today, as Alka ma'am said, is the home to the largest number of young people, that is around 1.8 billion. They are connected to each other like never before. The youth want and also add to the resilience of their communities, proposing innovative solutions and driving socio-political goals. The youth today has to be taught to empathize with their fellow beings. That is, it's time to, bring up their community. The youth has to be, forgive me for my, so, it's time to take action. It's time to take action global, because we have had so many, we have so many global issues like climate change. And here we are as educators, as teachers, it is our prime duty to take them to make the youth take action, because they are the lights of tomorrow. As I was going through the goals set by the UN, they say that the youth today are facing incredible challenges, including quality education, healthcare, and work. And I believe everybody here on this forum would believe that the past pandemic here has bound the youth and their global thinking capacity. So hence, the United Nations is uniquely placed to act as a source of protection and support for the young people, and a platform through which their needs can be addressed and amplified. So as we are all teachers, educators, facilitators, as teachers, facilitators, educators here, our prime role is that of a leader, wherein, we tell our, youth of tomorrow as to where they have to look. We don't have to tell them at what do they have to look at. Because the youth of tomorrow needs to be oriented. They need to be oriented to look at, what they are going to do tomorrow. Because right from nursery, you take a class in nursery to our college days, we are training the youth of tomorrow. So we have to do that. And here I would like to quote Swami Vivekananda again, because we are educating and training young minds, and he says, true education is the manifestation of body, mind, and soul. So if as teachers, educators, facilitators, leaders, we are able to train their body, mind, and soul, there is nothing like it. Right? So today we need, all of us here need to create a world where the human rights of each and every individual, each and every young person is, realized, and ensures that our youth is getting empowered to achieve their true potential. And they recognize that the youth today is an agency for tomorrow, right? And their resilience and their positive energy should be used, as they are, as they are the agents of change, because it's not we who are going to bring in change, it is they who are going to bring in change for tomorrow. Okay, and to end, I would like to say, we are all here, gathered here today, because we are talking about the heroes of tomorrow, that in the energies, that will define our tomorrow, not today. So let us all gather together and, let them bring the change for tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Very well said that youth power can bring the change for tomorrow. And again, the reiteration goes to famous words by now, take action. We really need to do that. And a lot of quotes by Swami Vivekanand, I think truly those are famous quotes that we all need to work on. Very well said. But before I move on, please kindly tell me, I would like one or two of you to tell me, are you able to hear my voice properly? Because I've seen on the chat box saying that my audio is a bit low. So can you?
Your audio is diminishing at times and at times it is good.
Okay, so now is it okay?
It's better now, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. Maybe if I do this for a little while, it'll be okay. So let me invite our next speaker on the virtual stage, Melbis Ismail Sello, a primary school teacher in Limpopo Province, South Africa, a facilitator at Bella Matrix ICT Foundation, also a Microsoft innovative educator and expert. He is also the chairperson to Youth in Business South Africa and, interestingly, a radio presenter. Now that is something close to my heart because I also do a lot of radio. So may we have you on the virtual stage, please? Melbis Ismail Sello. I can see you. I see your poster, but you're mute. Oh, there you are.
Thank you very much. Colleagues, I hope you can see and hear me properly. It's unfortunate because my laptop is doing miracles. I can't be able to open my video with the laptop, hence I'm using my smartphone, but then I hope everything is clear. And I'm humble, first of all, to be a part of this gathering. And it is pleasure to be here. And then all I can say is that all protocol observed. Our topic for today, like they said, is humanity aligned by goals, transform a better youth. So before I can get into what I wanted to share with you, I would like to unpack the whole definition or the whole title, starting with humanity. Humanity simply means the quality or state of being human. And human simply means showing evidence of moral and intellectual advancement. Human is marked by passion, sympathy, or consideration for humans. Colleagues, can you still hear me?
Yes, we can, loud and clear.
Okay, lovely. So goal is something, be it objective or target that you are actually trying to do or to achieve. So now, getting into business of talking about the youth. Youth of these days, or let me just say youth in general, they are the future of every nation. And from experience, as I'm also a youth of nowadays spend much of their times living in fairy tales. They don't live in reality. In other ways, youth need to come out of their comfort zones. They need to stand out of the crowd, set goals, and be creative. Martin Luther King once said, go on, go forward. If you cannot fly, then run. If you cannot run, then walk. If you cannot walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. When you have an opportunity to grow yourself, what do you do with it? Because most of the youth, they get opportunities every now and then, but what do they do with it? Do you take advantage of it, or you watch others taking advantage of that particular opportunity? That simply means you need to correct your mindset and fix so that nothing can stand in your way. I want to highlight the 10 important pointers for life perspectives, particularly for youth. Number one is to believe in yourself. Have board meetings with yourself. Check your strengths and your weaknesses and work on your weaknesses. Secondly, you need to develop your skills. Strive to be a specialist. Strive to be an authority. Thirdly, you need to be professional image. That simply means you need to start looking at how you communicate and behave to the world, because normally what you do defines exactly what you are or how people will view you. Fourthly, you need to add values. It might be through church, it might be through personal or professional values, but what matters, the bottom line is that you need to add value in whatever that you do as a youth. You need to start building your own network. That is why most of us or most of the youth miss it, of building their own networks. You need to cherish that network. You will see how valuable it is. Stop talking about useless things with your peers. Start activating yourself, because most of the youth will find that the reason they don't progress or they don't achieve what they want to or they are anticipating is that they spend most of their time doing what is not necessary. And then again, you need to set short-term as well as long-term goals. Know what to achieve at what time. Because if you don't, you just set goals, but then they are not long or rather defined as short, you find that you lose track in the whole process. So again, you need to reflect on your goals. Talk about board meetings with yourself internally. Have what we call self-introspection. Most importantly, you need to have time management. That is where most of us miss it. And then, as I'm from Africa, there is this saying where they say African time. When people are not respecting time, they call it African time. And I hate such. You need to learn to meet deadlines and respect time. Again, you need to do what we call sell yourself. Have the ability to sell yourself wherever you are, wherever you go, whoever you are with, make sure that you sell yourself. And remember, the professional image is the one that matters the most. And then again, last but not least, you need to be proactive. What do I mean by saying you need to be proactive? Don't be that person who is always quiet. You need to be active. You need to activate the inner you, so that everybody can know that, you know what, when we speak of so and so, when we speak of Ishmael, that is the most active youth ever, or active individual ever. So what I'm trying to say in a nutshell here is that you need to understand where you stand. You need to understand your strengths and your weaknesses. If you have got so many weaknesses, work on them. Try to unleash the potential that you have within yourself. So I know that I can speak the whole day, I can speak for hours, but then what I can say more importantly is that you need to believe in yourself and do whatever it takes to achieve whatever you are anticipating in life. And then what I can say is that thank you very much, colleagues. I hope to have a time like this sometime again, so that I can share more. Thank you very much.
Wonderful, wonderful. I love that part where you, that quote about Martin Luther King was very, very empowering. And the fact that you said that unleash the power, talent, and creativity from within and take action, I think very important. And the third take was on time management. I think all of us need to learn time management. Thank you so much, Mr. Ishmael Sello. You really were absolutely marvelous. Very convincing, very wonderful. Thank you so much. And now, before we move on to our next speaker, I would like all of you to take a little sneak peek of this beautiful video, which will talk about the International Youth Development Council of IIU. So the very wonderful team, IT, Miss Ruchi, will you please share that video, please? Ruchi, may I request you to share the video on the Iiu-Iydc, please? Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
IIU Youth Development Program focuses on developing young minds and making their one-time opportunity a lifetime achievement. We want to create a modernized cultural environment of social education and welfare so that our growing youngsters will understand the value of roots. We always hear that youth is confused and misguided. They are confused and miserable because no one guided them. We are motivating and guiding the youth of India to be aware of the truth and to take action against falsehood. Youth are the future of the world, so youth development is directly related to the development and progress of the world. Peeyush Pandit. With the vision to improve the lives of children and adolescents by meeting their basic physical, developmental, and social needs, and by helping them to build the competencies needed to become successful adults. The founder of IIU, Peeyush Pandit, decided to form IIU International Youth Development Council. Peeyush Pandit at IIU International Youth Development Council endeavors to bridge the gap between global and local in each part of the world. He, with his strong teamwork towards the development of youth across the globe, exercising resources to engage youths all over the globe to learn, share and grow. Peeyush Pandit has strongly believed that childhood is a unique and crucial stage of human development. IIU International Youth Development Council is always looking for young and enthusiastic minds who want to get involved with us and participate. IIU International Youth Development Council constantly appoints executive committee members, officers, and members for our various activities, whether it's short-term or long-term. Peeyush Pandit is very confident that volunteering is and should be part of our lives as citizens. However, internship opportunities along with education can be a great way to gain much-needed experience for the youths of the world. Peeyush Pandit, the founder of IIU, made internship opportunities easily available to all the youth of the globe through International Internship University. Peeyush Pandit has developed various programs and services for youth from the underprivileged sections of the society who were poor, orphaned, delinquent, or mentally ill. Focused heavily on helping them avoid their natural inclination toward vice and sought to help them gain useful occupation. Focusing on developing the strength of the youths of the world. Rather than trying to keep teens from engaging in risky behaviors, youth development programs focus on helping them grow into happy, healthy adults. If the values will be imbibed in each member of the IIU International Youth Development Council for their progress and growth, which will ultimately lead to success. Youth development builds on 6 C's which help to prepare youths for success in every endeavor. IIU works hard to have a positive view of one's actions in areas like social, academic, cognitive, health and vocation, interpersonal skills such as conflict resolution, cognitive abilities such as decision-making, performance in terms of grades, behavior, and attendance. Nutrition, fitness, and rest make up health competency, are important factors that affect the development of the youth, which in turn affects vocational competence such as work habits and career exploration. Our objectives are as follows: to initiate, implement, and complete projects and activities which will be of help to the youth and the community. To develop and provide opportunities for leadership and service. To encourage the personal growth of leaders through participation in district, state, and national meetings and organizations. To promote respect for law and order and the general welfare of community. To promote an awareness of human relations, of power structures, and how one effectively operates within them. These objectives are realistically approached through increasing avenues of cooperation among the youths. To develop youth's potential and encourage to make a well-informed, honest, interested, and active citizenship. To develop not only leadership abilities within the youth of today, but also leadership for the community, state, and nation of tomorrow. Youth Development Council foresees a world where all young people are inspired and equipped to realize the future they want. IIU has the vision that youths of the globe should have safe, healthy, and stable places to live, learn, and work. Opportunities to access high-quality, affordable health care. Opportunities to acquire education, training, life skills development, and to succeed in jobs, careers, self-sufficiency, and adulthood. Special bonding with family, peers, school, supportive adults, and community. well-trained, knowledgeable in the field, competent, compassionate, and culturally responsive connection with other organizations, recognition of their community for their strengths, and provided multiple opportunities for civic engagement, service, and leadership, thrives throughout all phases of their development, including early and middle childhood, adolescence, and young adulthood. Our mission is as follows. IIU, Youth Development Council helps youths all over the globe to improve their lives through an educational process that applies knowledge to critical issues, needs, and opportunities of education and employment. IIU Youth Development Council connects youths with opportunities to transform their lives. IIU is committed to a complete makeover of the youths of the globe, with the help of counseling programs and training sessions on leadership, legal education, lifelong education, entrepreneurship, health and hygiene, public interactions, soft skills, wellness and rejuvenation, languages, culture, visual and performing arts, parenting and multitasking productively are undertaken with enthusiasm. IIU strongly believes that youth of Iiu-Iydc should meet their counterparts across the globe to broaden their horizons of knowledge, understand cultural perspectives, and assimilate the best practices to incorporate in their lives, thereby enhancing the flavor of living a life of dynamism, power, and economic fulfillment to leave a mark and legacy for posterity. He feels that the confidence of youths all over globe should be boosted and an unstoppable spirit should prevail.
Wow, that was wonderful. So I hope you got a glimpse and a fair idea about what the International Internship University, the Youth Development Council is actually working towards. Well, now let us welcome on the virtual platform our next speaker. Our next speaker, ladies and gentlemen, and able excellencies, is Dr. Vijay Kumar Salvia. He is the Presidential Advisor of International R&D Creativity Organization, working with the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Government of India. Let's welcome the Diamond Ratna of Multiple Skills and the International Ambassador of Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, besides a host of other credentials. Welcome to Dr. Vijay Kumar Salvia. A big welcome to you, Dr. Vijay Kumar.
Thank you to everyone. Good evening to all of you. It's my pleasure to join you. A very fantastic and a very good topic, how to transform our youth with respect to the humanity and global or a global values. So you know the youth. If we imagine the word youth, then it means the energetic, excitement, so much love, affections, and to do unlimited imaginations, unlimited aims and objectives to achieve our ambitions, and also to work for the society, to work for the world. So every youth is in the age of from 15 to 25 has unlimited creativity is there in their views, in their mind. Every youth in a world, wherever he or she in a slums or in a big city or in a metro or in a rich place, every youth has so much imaginations, or at least they have the one imagination to develop the world. But because of some circumstances, they can't achieve their ambitions. They can't do something for the society because they doesn't follow the qualities what the actual professionals requires, that is reliability, ethical behavior, organized way, and similarly accountability, professional language, separate personal and professional, positive attitudes. These all different types of qualities all the youth must have. Similarly, youth is only a person who can change the future, who can change the present, and also who can review the whatever the history we have, whatever the past we have. So the youth requires the it is the age between the adolescence or and to the maturity. It requires the teamwork. It requires the flexibility. It requires the support from the mature person, and it requires the directions. They have their own way. The youth have their own way. They have their ignition, blood ignition. They can do everything in a fast manner. Whatever I feel, and similarly most of the persons here are they may feel, when they were in between the age of 15 to 25, they can do everything, whatever the fast they can have. Similarly, after this age, their work capability is decreasing. So similarly, in case of imagination and mindness, they have the, if we give the good platforms today, there is so much platforms available where we can develop, we can recreate the youth, we can shape their creativities. And today we have so much, we can say, the efforts, and similarly we have the tools and techniques. We have artificial intelligence, robotics. So there are so many, we can say, facilities available for the youth. Only thing, we have to reshape, we have to recreate, we have to direct them. Yes, we should listen. We require whatever the energy we require, whatever the time we require to listen the, we can say, a child. Everyone believe that a child require, all the matured person requires so much energy to listen the child. It's okay, but to manage the youth, we require a double power. So it is not whatever we are saying that the youths are lagging, and similarly they are diverting from their sides. It is why, because we are not, we the adult person, we are not able to reshape their creativity. Youth has all questions. Youth has all diversification, because it is the age where they are seeing something different from the child days, and similarly they are seeing whatever the adults are doing, and they are they, in their minds, they have lot of knowledge, whatever they have read from KG to 12th, and similarly they are facing so much struggles with respect to the, they are so much facing so much challenges with respect to the current situation of the world, current situation of the globalization, current situation of the society. So there is so much chance to diversify them, to diversification, to change their mentality, whatever the alienations they have, whatever the confusing they have, and it is not the, it is not the blame, or it is not the responsibility of youth. Youth is not responsible for damaging themselves. We the adult persons are the responsible, because we are not able to give the good directions to them. Every youth, if they are in a something humanity, human values, don't do this, don't do this, up to 12th, they know, yes, this is the ideal, this is the values of the society. But after 12th, after the school educations, they face so many we can say the values which is not matched with their mindness, and they faced such type of the circumstances. So we persons, and similarly youth, we should make a youth council. Generally what happened in a youth council, all youths are the heads and chairman, it's okay, but there must be a youth council where all adults must involve in it, and they must do work for how to direct the youth. However, the education institutes are doing, training institutes, industries are doing, but the values, whatever the values we have, whatever the idealism we want that the person, whatever the person should not slap me. We want that someone should not abuse me. So that youth is also want future to be good. So and that future requires the total competence. I will give you some type of we can say how the youth can create their qualities with respect to the current situation. One thing is that they should reflect themselves whatever they have. Similarly, the performance revival they must have. Similarly, skills they have, like the artistic skills, creative skills. Uh, kindly mute who is disturbing. So they must have the artistic, they must have the creativity skills, and similarly they must have to present them. Most of the youths, why they are lagging, why they are diverse, because they can't represent themselves. So we whatever the person who is guiding the youth, they must have the patience to create, to pull out their what in his mind. And if we are success in this, yes, this is the behind the youth mind, then definitely we can overcome so many problems, so we can overcome so many difficulties to reshaping the youth. So however, most of the talks we can speak on that, but because of the time limitations, I only say yes, our international R&D creative organizations and our international internship university can do most of the reshaping work, recreating work for the youth. And IIU is doing very good work for different types of topics, where we can whatever we have the we can say the methods and whatever we can do for the society, we will do for IIU. So thank you to all of the listeners, viewers, and organizers, moderator, to give us the platform, to give the platform to express our views that how we can do. So thank you very much. And I am saying that be always in the youth. Every adult must behave like a youth. Youth must behave like a very gentle person. Then you will. It is your world. Come forward, youth, and make it better than present. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
And thank you so much for reminding us that we need to be patient, because patience really helps. And ladies and gentlemen, it is a humble request if all of you would keep yourself on mute mode when our speakers, such erudite, vivacious speakers, when they're speaking, it is a request that you please stay on mute mode. And second thing is that you will get the attendance link at the end of the session. So as our Dr. Vijay Kumar said, patience is the name of the game. Let's learn to be a little more patient, and let's keep the youthful energy within us always alive. Thank you so much, Dr. Vijay Kumar. You were absolutely wonderful. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. And
Thank
now,
you.
once again, a reminder to everyone, 5 minutes, and please not more than that. I'm sure as good speakers, we can stick to the word limit. Yes, time limit. So next, our speaker is all the way from Pakistan, Amna Hudda. She's a researcher and an educator in the public sector institution. Please welcome the very versatile Miss Hudda from Pakistan. There you are. A big welcome. Salam alaikum. And yes. Welcome.
Madam Alka and everyone, and Sir Piyush, Dr. Stevens, Dr.
Your voice is very feeble.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So, thank you everyone having me. As this topic is very interesting and near to my heart, so I'm very happy to be here. As well, Danny said, goals are the roadmap that guides you to your destination. By positive psychology of vibrations, we can achieve better our life goals. Positive vision, clarity, and plan can change the future. So multiple positive vibes to others increase the talent and the intelligence and align the values and align the goals of a super positive vibe. Intellect the subject to think to learn what are my life goals and to adopt setting goals, strategies to achieve and to retain the plan how to prioritize. The goal is not concerned about what we do, but why we do. So our conscious ideas guide our actions, and the purpose is to knowledge and wisdom for the good society. So we recognize goals for excellence of our youth is innovation and the benefit of society and keep environment peace to strive for bring our shared values and balancing humanity. So respect and support others, act with dignity, think and speak nicely, and shape the future. So it is logical that youth have points of attraction. If they have to scale their energy of wise, either positive or negative, like joy, love, peace of mind, anger, and shame and fear, and so on. So even they have to think how I raise my voice. To be close to nature's power of imagination and meditation will boost your intellect, peace, and love. So when what you imagine will be yours. So and list the things you like to think and the things you like to do. With whom you feel happiness, fun, love, like your father, either having lunch with your sister, with your brother, taking tea with your dad, or dinner with your mom, friends, or mates. So if
Excuse
you
me,
feel
Miss Samna, can you please be a little louder because nobody can hear you properly. Your voice is not at all audible. If you could just increase the volume a bit.
okay.
Um, Miss Samna, are you there? Okay, I
Yes,
think
I
let's
am
not.
there. So put your efforts to develop the right mechanism to educate the young, give them extrinsic and intrinsic motivations like enjoyment, curiosity, purpose, growth, passion, self-expression, fun, and so on. And if it is intrinsic motivation, it will be promotions, prizes, winning, perks, or bonus. It begins more positive kinds of fields. They open up. So you should have to address their needs effectively. As I am educating SCDs for 5 and 13 as a teacher or trainer, I always focus on students' holistic development because it is so important. And the second thing is metacognitive strategies, mind mapping, giving them the skills, tell them how to think smarter, how they work smarter. They should know the purpose of their life, the significant efforts on future, and yeah, we should have to gorgeous in order to appreciate the nature. To come alive life means the knowledge and the wisdom, and the warmth means love and peace by joy and harmony. And if we distinguish light and warmth with ignorance, it will dark the surroundings. So improve inner sight. And yeah, the purpose of life is to realize the creature within you. Only the grace and the love. You as a person is not so important. You with the peace of life is very important. So because it is the basic of everything. As the youth activism is on peak now, it is changing the future as we see in climate change. Yeah, 17-year-old girl Greta Thunberg, 11-year-old Mary Dias for cultural diversity, and Isra Harris for future saving the future of girls, and Jalen Schroeder for mental health, and Jill Cheney for Harper Evans, and Abigail Lupi Girls Organization, and Sophie Creoles for Struggle Teenager, and Permanjegi young Malaysian minister and Malala Yousafzai and many other teenagers are changing the world. So there should be the right direction for improve the inner side of the youth because they are our future. And the prophet peace be upon him said, charity, beneficial knowledge, and the pious offsprings will left behind for us to grow afterwards. Thank you very much.
And a big thank you to you. Though initially we could not hear you well, but the passion with which you were speaking and the fact that you stressed a lot on the vibrations, building vibrations from within in order to, move towards your goal, I think that was very well said. So thank you so much. And now, ladies and
Thank you.
gentlemen, I would like to introduce our next speaker on the virtual platform. She is Miss Arpita Ghosh, a woman donning several caps. She is a writer, an author, a filmmaker, a radio presenter. She is a TEDx talker. Not only that, she is a solo traveler because she believes that traveling is a very liberating experience. So let's welcome Miss Arpita Ghosh. Miss Ghosh, are you there? Okay. Let's move on to our next speaker in that case. From the land of the souvenir evil eye, Turkey, we have Mr. Iiu-Iydc-International, a P4/4C expert and advocate of SDGs and STEM studies. Mr. Geezer, please, from Turkey. A big welcome to you and eager to hear your thoughts.
Thank you. Hello.
Oh, it's a beautiful woman.
Thank you. Can I share a file? Can I host the?
Yes, you can share your screen.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
I have, excuse me, kindly remove me as a co-host because always admission from the different peoples are coming on. So kindly remove my co-hostness, please. Dr. Vijay Kumar Salvia.
Team IT, Ruchi, please look into the doctor's issue, please. Dr. Vijay Kumar's issue. Thank you so much.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, please.
Yes.
Okay.
Miss
Okay,
let's
start. Okay, thank you. Hello from Turkey. My name is Iiu-Iydc-International. I am the project coordinator at Iiu-Iydc Campus College in Turkey. Thanks to Sir Peeyush, Dr. Sidney, Dr. Shashi Kumar, and Steven, and all dear friends. Having me on such a great platform, a goal as a dream with its work puts on, so coming up with new innovative ideas, trying for daydreaming as Steve Jobs believes, and meditation is the key connecting your mind, heart, and soul. A goal is a dream, and the purpose is to advance the education, knowledge, and wisdom for the good society. Thus, we can transform a better youth by directing the targets towards humanity. We can shape their futures. 1. Innovation, impact, research. 2. Teaching and learning. 3. Social responsibilities. Do they have to think about what the purpose of human life is? Why did they create it? The universe is only exists that because of you are. Then what is the purpose of the piece of this life? If they have a purpose and you fulfill it, and you know what you have to do, this will give you meanings. Matter means that always remains young are the merits of a good education. Goal 1. Individuals who will grow up as a whole with quality education, and other purposes will add a lot to society. As Iiu-Iydc Campus College, we care about presenting conscious individuals and young minds to the future. We strongly believe that this path is through education. And your body age without your consent. Your soul will not grow old unless you let it. Thank you very much.
Wonderful, wonderful, absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Nice at that last quote, it is easier to raise strong children than to mend troubled adults, makes a lot of sense and gives a lot of food for thought. So thank you so much for sharing those wonderful thoughts. And it was a pleasure listening to you. Thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to our very next speaker. Our very next speaker is my friend, all the way from Brunei. She is a research scholar at the University of Brunei, Darussalam. She's also a poet, she's a blogger, she's a writer, and she's a very creative person. So, ladies and gentlemen, there I see her smiling. My friend from Brunei, Farhana Haq. Welcome.
Thank you, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, brilliant, perfect.
Okay. So first of all, thanks a lot, IIU and Mr. Peeyush Pandit for giving me this great opportunity. So I will just want to share my screen. Can I?
Yes, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
I can't.
Oh, you can. Ruchi, will you please allow Miss Farhana to share?
And please try again.
Okay. Please try again, Farhana.
Okay.
There you are.
Can you see now?
We can just see the black part that, now we can. Now we can. Yes, we can.
So, yeah. So I just chosen the topic, which is today's youth, tomorrow's future. This is the conference on humanity aligned by goals, transformed a better youth. So that's the thing, the power of youth. And first of all, I would like to talk about the message to youth, which is don't believe in unethical practices, get a good education, keep busy yourself, like you can do anything like creative, spend some time by enjoying nature, read good books, learn to cook, learn to write, make your creator the almighty an important part of your day, respect your elders and do meditation. So to be continue with these things, always to be true to yourself, be honest, be thrifty with your time and money, don't waste anything, think before you speak, be careful of your words you write, forgive, be tolerant of others and their beliefs, make good friends with those people who admire you. So the youth group, the young workforce should be like, they absorb a lot of information, they are unaware of their rights, they are vulnerable, they communicate through photo and video, they typically love the use of humor and irony, they demand for instant rewards, and they like to be consulted and involved, they are technologically strong, they are environmentally conscious, and they consider unethical behavior as justifiable in pursuit of their goals. They are not loyal to their employees. They have unrealistic expectations. They work hard for a cause. So these are the mentality of young people. So the message I will want to give to the youth, your workforce, that is give feedback to the employers, demand for teamwork, be prepared to negotiate, complete the assigned work within the specified deadlines. So now I would like to quote about Swami Vivekananda, which I used to read in my childhood. So these are some quotes that he said: be a hero, always say I have no fear, arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. So what he said, the message from Vivekananda is take up one idea, make that one idea your life, think of it, dream of it, live on that idea, be not afraid of anything. The power of 3 P's is purity, patience, and perseverance. So here I have, I want to show the anthem of youth. I thought that it should be like, the anthem of youth, that is, when I asked God for strength, he gave me difficult situations to face. When I asked God for brain and brown, he gave me puzzles in life to solve. When I asked God for happiness, he showed me some unhappy people. When I asked God for wealth, he showed me how to work hard. When I asked God for favors, he showed me opportunity to work hard. When I asked God for peace, he showed me how to help others. God gave me nothing I wanted, but gave me everything I needed. So we have to keep faith on God, and in right time and in right situation, he will give us what we need. So we should not be puzzled. So again, I would like to quote some famous quotes from Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, the famous phenomenal personality from India, the former president. So he said, like, uh, yes, uh, confidence and hard work is the best medicine to kill, sorry, to kill the disease called failure. It will make you successful person. Love your job, but don't love your company, because you may not know when your company stop loving you. So I just love this quote very much. So we should think about it and work like that. So message being
Farhana, I think you have frozen. Maybe there's a tech glitch. Uh, I think there is a tech glitch. Okay, so I think she was almost at the end of her talk, and I can just
provides knowledge,
okay. There it
makes
is.
you great. And the righteousness is where there is righteousness in the heart, there is beauty in the character. When there is beauty in the character, there is harmony in the home. And when there is harmony in the home, there is order in the nation. When there is order in the nation, there is peace in the world. And the courage is to think different, to invent, to travel into an unexplored path, discover the impossible, combat the problems, and succeeded are the unique qualities of the youth. As a youth of my nation, I will work and work with courage to achieve success in all the mission. And finally, I would like to talk about that when an education is vitally important, nothing but life experience can actually prepare you for real life. We don't time. What we have is enough. Life is not about having things we want. It's about enjoying what we have and making to do what we want.
Farhana, we cannot hear you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Farhana. Very powerful thoughts shared by you, and Swami Vivekanand's, Abdul Kalam's quotes make a lot of sense, and the fact that, we should be fearless and we should be unstoppable. I think those are the two main takeaways from the entire gist, plus attitudes of gratitude. We should have faith in the powers above, because whatever happens is always the best. So thank you so much for reiterating that. You were brilliant, Farhana. You were brilliant. And now let's move on. From Brunei, let's go to Nigeria. Now, from Nigeria, we have with us Hussaina Abu Bakr. She's the Chief Global Coordinator, Department of Mission SDGs at World Literary Forum for Peace and Human Rights. She advocates and propagates tolerance education, interfaith harmony education, culture of peace and safety. There she is. A big welcome to you, Miss Hussaina Abu Bakr, all the way from Nigeria. Welcome.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Thank you very much, IIU, the panelists, the audience. I feel very humble to take the floor and discuss humanity aligned by goals transformed a better youth. It is said being human is given, but keeping our humanity is a choice. The world today is a home to the largest generation of young people, and equipping the young with the capabilities and mindsets needed for success is among the most urgent priorities. The ideas of young people around the world has to be continuously integrated, as youths are central to the advancement and sustainable development. Youths are amongst the best educated, the most innovative, most creative resource, willing to take risks. The Historic Security Council Resolution 2050, adopted in 2015, recognized the positive contribution of youths. Let's all promote investment of young people and their inclusion in governance and decision making, while strengthening the dialogue of the young people in the participation in conflict prevention, in education, in peace building, and so on. Do you know that there are 71 million of unemployed youths, and 156 million youths are in working youths are in poverty, including extreme poverty? This is simply unacceptable and counterproductive. More must be done to ensure that everyone benefits from the economy, opportunities, and transforming a better youth. The world is changing and employment itself is in a state of flux. As new technologies emerge, it has direct implications on the world of youth. For some, this may mean that jobs are becoming automated. For others, there is a fear that they will miss out entirely on this industrial evolution. Let the youth advocate, civil society, labor, business, and technology leaders come together to help bridge this gap. If youth creativity is constrained, their optimism and positive natures are constrained, humanity can never transform a better youth. I am a youth. I know what I'm talking about. When humanity is aligned by goals, the universe conspires to make the world a bliss for all. Choosing our alignment and raising our vibrations are our greatest gift to the planet. It is a big shame when you have a platform, someone like me, have a platform to write about save a youth. The media interest lies within just the moral alignment. How about the task of leadership alignment? How about the tech humanist alignment? How about the opportunity alignment, and so on? If your goal don't make your soul sing, or that you can't be excited about it, then don't just settle for something fine. Wait for something great. Youth, they say, is the gift of nature. Let's transform the gift of nature. Thank you all for listening.
Wonderfully shared, Hussaina Abu Bakr. You had this very strong conviction, and an attitude of, self-confidence, self-belief that, if we make up our minds to do something and we're determined to do something, we will do it, and there can be nothing stopping us. So amazing personality, amazing words, amazing human being. Keep the spirit going always, and thank you so very much. And now, ladies and gentlemen, over to our next speaker. I invite Ms. Kavita Lata, Principal, Ongole Public School. Her subject expertise being biology and environmental education. She trains students for the advanced levels of Trinity English exam. Ms. Kavita Lata, may we have you on this virtual platform? Ms. Kavita Lata, are you there? I think I did see her. All right. If not, then let me move on to our next speaker. So our next speaker is Mr. Rafat Nasir, educator with her, Rafat Nasir, educator with her subject expertise being chemistry. She believes in pushing kids outside their comfort zones in order to motivate them. Miss Rafat Nasir.
I think,
Are you there?
ma'am, I'm here.
Oh, you are there, Miss Kavita.
Can I, or can I give chance to ma'am?
Oh, yes, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you for those wonderful words, Alka ma'am. And I extend my greetings to one and all here, and even my best wishes to one and all on the World Mental Health Day, because the topic what we have taken today for the discussion is very much connected to mental health, humanity aligned to goals, and transformation of the youth. Humanity, being human itself is not enough, but humane. The nature of being humane is very essential for us to build a better world. So mental health is closely connected to make better human beings. So let us all stay positive, connected, share the energies, and rebuild the vibrant youth for the transformation. So here two things we need to look into. One is humanity, and second is transformation. So how are these two connected? Number one is all the educational philosophies, let it be Eastern or Western, starting with idealism, naturalism, pragmatism, each philosophy had its own roots based on the socio-geographical cultural factors. And there are good many aims defined by each school of education, each school of philosophy. Idealistic education one day was very much fostered, like the values and ethics were upheld greatly. Later on, we gave it a pragmatic touch that it is not only the values in words, but let better have the world into pragmatic nature. That is, the words should be kept in action. Actions speak louder than words. So we have moved, then aroused the philosophies like realism and existentialism. So where we understood the real needs of the society, it is not only the individual aims, the social aims, the national aims, and on a comprehensive manner, the international aims, that is the world aims. So this transformation is happening right from the inception of education. It is happening, transformation is happening. We are adopting as per the needs and changes taking place inevitable. Now what is to be changed or transformed? We all as a collective team should look into the transformation of the education with 21st century skills. And I have heard many of my good friends and colleagues sharing here. That is very, very essential. The philosophy what we have now, the education what we are giving now, cannot guarantee the livelihood or the jobs for after 2 decades. These subjects might not help the children to grow into productive or all-round citizens for tomorrow. So what is to be thought of? We have to think of competencies and skills. Only if competencies and skills are trained well along with the core subject knowledge, then these students tomorrow will be the better or the best youth for the world. We can call them or shape them into productive citizens of the world, or else they will be handicapped only with the mental content, that is only the cognitive knowledge or subject they do have. But when it comes to the real life experiences or real time experiences, they will not be able to face the challenges. So what is to be thought of now immediately as educators? We should build the nations in the classrooms as Qatari Commission says. And secondly, as Rabindranath Tagore rightly quoted, the true genius is born in adolescence. The right age is the youth, where the attitudes and aptitudes will be very strongly formed, and then these citizens will be very, very strong in pursuing their interests. So now we have to start with linking the subjects or the curriculum with skills and activities which develop certain values to make or keeping the end in mind, that is transformation for the generation, or how do we shape our words into actions. So as many of them were talking here, empathy, tolerance, self-expression, self-esteem, these are certain very, very essential values which we should inculcate. Along with these values, skills like decision making, critical thinking, and also collaborative skills should be very much trained in a deliberated process in every curricular aspect. Let us start with giving small group activities. Let us make them volunteer into the community activities. Let us encourage the student exchange programs. Let us take up more NCC or Scouts and Guides programs. Let the children, especially the youth, walk into the real-time society. Let the youth counter the real-time situations. Only then they will understand, or they will really adjust or adopt or accommodate themselves. Empathy is not so easy like we listen into the classroom or theory. It is walking in someone else's shoe. When can we do? It needs lot much maturity. You should be enough tolerant. You should be enough mature to accept others against all cultural, geographical barriers. And this happens only with practice. So I strongly advocate that right from school level, our curriculum activities within the classrooms or outside the classrooms, and when it is coming to the higher secondary or college level education, we should definitely go with some project-based activities, live projects which are integrated or fabricated deeply into the community. Unless we do such group activities and allow the youth to explore and express themselves, they will never know what is the truth. So conducting theories and examinations and assessments will only bring good credits, but when they go into the actual society, there are hundreds of incidents where they couldn't accept failures. So resilience, coping up skills, taking the failures, taking the negative feedback, all these are very essential, and they should even know that how to use their time in a quality manner to express and also to serve the society to a greater extent. So as an educator, I strongly feel that let our curricular activities be incorporated more with skill and lifetime experiences, not very idealistically the book or the examination oriented preparations. This because this subject knowledge can only give them knowledge, but not the wisdom to live their life tomorrow. This is very, very essential. So shape our words. Let us shape our words. So shape your words is my quote for the day. It's not let us not leave the words, but let us shape our words and make a better society tomorrow. Thank you one and all for this wonderful platform.
Absolutely superb. The fact that skills instead of theory should be emphasized on, it makes a lot of sense. Lifelong lessons like empathy, like cooperation, like time management, these will also go a long way. So they should be integrated in the curriculum. Very well said, very well spoken, and thank you for reiterating what actually youth power means and how should it be steered in the right direction. Thank you. I think it's very useful for educators.
Hello.
Yes. Now let's have our next speaker comes all the way from Taiwan. He is Mr. Ronnie Anthony. He's a science teacher and an SDGs coordinator at Starlight International School in Taiwan. So a big, big welcome to you, Mr. Ronnie Anthony. Are you there? So we waiting to listen to you rather.
All good. Can you hear me?
Ni hao. Ni hao.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, ni hao. Ni hao.
Okay. So just want to make it short and clear because I know you guys are waiting for a long time. And thanks a lot for everyone joining this long session. So for education, we talk about action all the time. But before the action, there is the old traditional education. We give the awareness. So most of the people are aware about the things. And then there are few are concerned, but the problem is in action. So how we can make this awareness and consent into action, mostly is about the values. So educators, we need to make sure most of the important is the values that we keep on, and these values makes the difference. And also for educators, I've seen recently the trend of being a lot of negative, everything is there's a problem, and the youth get confused. So we need to make that optimistic mind in youth so they can move on and make this place a better place to live and make sure their action matters. When they knew that the action matters and makes a difference, they do it and they make the difference. So for all of the educators, I just want to say, cherish the values and makes that attitude, a positive attitude in the youth, then give them a lot of issues around the world, how to then issues make them so that there is a solution, how we can find the solution and how our action makes a difference. And you will see this youth turning into a different energetic one. So when you educate someone, make sure you're educating also the values. You don't need to educate the values, I tell you the truth. Actually, you just need to cherish the value and try to tell them the values makes a difference. And your action actually can change a lot of things. And when educators, we used to tell this one, we really don't know what's the job's gonna come after 20 years. Actually, we don't. So we just need to prepare the youth to face the challenge ahead. And we can tell what it's gonna be because I don't know it. So just make sure the students or the youth are ready to face the challenges in the way that we just make sure they have these good values to share and the attitude, and make sure their awareness and the concern make into action. And thanks a lot for listening to me. I appreciate all your presence. Hopefully you have a great time spending all this group chat, listening from the great speakers, and appreciate it, especially to Elka spending all the time. And thanks a lot, and a happy birthday from Taiwan. Here is our birthday, our national day here. Yeah.
Alka, you are muted.
Thank you so much. I got carried away listening to Mr. Ronnie Anthony. Thank you so much for that very short, sweet, but very powerful, talk and thought sharing. Yes, indeed, it is all about actions, and action alone. It's what we actually and truly need to believe in. And yes, have a fantastic day ahead and a fantastic time ahead. Thank you so much. Wonderful. And now, ladies and gentlemen, and able people, able friends from all over the world, we will be showing you a video about the man behind this magnum opus, about Mr. Peeyush Pandit. There is always that one person who has the vision, the thought, the idea behind a successful venture and organization. And if we talk about the man behind the success of International Internship University, it is none other than our beloved co-founder, Mr. Peeyush Pandit. A committed and inspiring social activist, a passionate educationist from the last 2 decades, providing education to students from various social and cultural backgrounds, possessing excellent administrative, verbal communication, and written skills. He is a next-gen speaker and passionate writer. The versatile Dr. Peeyush Pandit is the founder of Swaran Bharat Parivar and also is the chairman of Peeyush Groups. So may I request our team IT to share the video on Mr. Peeyush Pandit. Dear Ruchi,
Determination has always been a key to success for any individual, because a pessimist always sees difficulty in every opportunity, and the optimist sees opportunity in every difficulty.
Peeyush Pandit. Peeyush Pandit. Peeyush Pandit. Peeyush Pandit. Peeyush Pandit.
Peeyush Pandit is that name, who's recognized by his multiple work genres. An international social activist, award-winning social worker, serial entrepreneur, and founder of SBP Global. He has determined his destiny by having trust in him and Almighty God. Peeyush Pandit was born on 27th July 1987 in Pratapgarh, Uttar Pradesh, in a middle-class family. Peeyush Pandit is a diligent and passionate social worker committed to serve the humanity. Peeyush Pandit has played a crucial role in crafting a team of volunteers and achieved global recognition as head of Swarna Bharat Parivar Trust, which span across more than 50 countries. He has the ability to manage complex caseloads, as he granted several live interviews and press conferences on rural development, access to justice, and the right to equality. Rallies, debates, and campaigns conducted by him has impacted Government of India to achieve various noble goals. Peeyush is youth leader with extensive social work experience, political activism, and stellar entrepreneurial achievements. When you think of social work and changing the world by improving human experiences, Peeyush Pandit comes to mind. He's working hard to make a difference in human experience, starting with one person at a time. He firmly believes that if we uplift someone then another, we improve the experience of human race. A ripple effect played out can be seen in his work. He is proactively mentoring other social activists to encourage social activism and entrepreneurship around the world. He is working fiercely towards achieving United Nations sustainable goals in India and over the globe. The success that his organization have had is a proof of his hard work, creativity, and commitment. Under the flawless leadership of Peeyush Pandit, Swarna Bharat Parivar Trust was established in 2010 and was registered in 2016 as a service-oriented voluntary organization with the aim of helping destitute, old people, children, handicapped, and women in rural areas. It goes on to include helping martyrs of Indian Army, Navy, CRPF, CISF, and other real-life heroes who lost their lives in service. The organization strives to place the humanity at forefront and bringing back the human warmth which has lost due to busy modern life. Darkness for people to go hungry, be unable to afford the basic things of life, be discriminated against, and be unable to access opportunities to advance their lives.
India is still a young nation when it comes to development, but we have made much progress. SBP has added 5 new need-based goals, in addition to 17 UN goals for society to create world peace and sustainability. The founder, Peeyush Pandit, holds his strong vision and endeavor in strengthening the UN SDGs under his agenda of aiming to unite all the countries of the world by 2030. SBP has invented 22 goals for the development of nations, with SBP SDGs, which will have its ambassadors for promoting these SBP SDGs in 195 countries. This has been reviewed and designed after intense research by visiting some of the developing countries across the globe. SBP SDG aims at building strong bonding between these 195 countries and aims to unite them as one nation, one world.
SBP creates impact through its projects. These projects include e-village, Gau Gram, Youth Development, Namami Gange, Annadata, Rashtriya Lakshya, Next Gen Awards, Institution, Handicapped Welfare, Sports, Art and Culture, Population Control, Indian Art and Culture, Entrepreneurship, Youth Parliament, and National Medical Care. SBP carries out its social service projects in India, Nepal, Bhutan, and Sri Lanka. Every member of the SBP team believes strongly that they can change the world by enhancing humanity. By giving a helping hand and delivering hope, we can make the world a better place. This tireless commitment to human advancement has led the SBP team to complete 521 projects and help more than 1 million people. While the pandemic was in its toughest moments and offsetting the lives of many people, the team at SBP surmounted the challenges presented and provided relief through the COVID-19 relief fundraising. The smile that the project Ignite is fuel for keeping the SBP team moving. SBP supports the community and continues to push for that awesome future for India and for the world. A golden India is possible, but then the entire world could be golden, where everyone is safe, healthy, and comfortable. The SBP team sees a world that is free of discrimination and violence, and they're working tirelessly to get humanity a little closer to that vision with each day. Rural India has been a focal point of Peeyush, which gave birth to Help India Help Foundation. It was founded by Peeyush Pandit and Dandi Swamiji, centered on empowering rural India. It seeks to achieve this empowerment through best practices, modern technology, and its core values of corporate thinking.
SBP works on beautifying nature by plantation drives and prudently manages scarce resources such as water and energy. Our family has made education, including preschool education, accessible and affordable, especially in urban slums, rural areas, and villages, to give every child a strong start in life. We constantly review healthcare policy and spread awareness to ensure the security of the families. SBP SDGs looks and aims to provide subsidies to support our aging population. SBP aims that masses, whether rich or poor, young or old, enjoy clean air, water, and sanitation, quality healthcare, and education, as well as lush greenery and safe common spaces. Because of these policies run by SBP, SBP has been actively playing an important role for human rights and addressing issues related to it and resolving them through Global Peace Council of the Universe and Human Rights Council of the Universe. SBP also pays a close attention of promoting peace and love for humankind and bring glory to the universe, where love, respect, and salute to every individual is given. SBP works around the world for climate change, where actions and concrete steps are taken to tackle it. Development work for all countries shall be done by our country heads and ambassadors in each country. They shall adopt solutions to fit their specific circumstances and priorities, as sustainable development is not a solo mission, it is a collective goal, and we have much to learn from experiences of the UN SDGs and SBP SDGs in cooperation. SBP has trained almost 5 lakh skilled entrepreneurs from more than 50 countries. We, SBP, aims to strengthen collective resilience against common threats such as terrorism, cybercrime, climate change, and disaster. We are helping our economies to innovate and use technology to make a vibrant and sustainable place to live and work by appointing capable ambassadors and country heads who are social workers and can work to promote SBP SDGs internationally by partnering with teams to run capacity building. We host many international forums, including the International Summit, International Clean Water, Clean Enviro, Educational and Health Summit, These promote dialogue and collaboration on sustainability issues among policymakers and experts from governments, businesses, and international organizations. SBP is committed to form the first ever International Internship University, which shall generate campus placements to create entrepreneurs, small and large-scale industries, create sustainability, and top employability for the youth by helping them with new startups.
The social work continues, and the E-Village was established in 2012 to reinforce India's roots in villages and villagers. It was created to make technology accessible for all members of the village. The organization strives hard to ensure data and network connectivity across the village, thereby giving the inhabitants access to a world of information and enabling the farmers to get real-time updates on weather, agricultural products, and new harvesting methods. We can better understand the impact that the E-Village aims to create. At the crux of Peeyush's work is the youth. He believes that youth empowerment is closely aligned with social service. After all, if we are going to recruit people to make an impact and improve their societies, we will have to include the youth. It becomes important to develop the youth and to make sure that they are empowered. Peeyush recognizes this and has set out through the SDGs to achieve this goal. Peeyush is the CEO of Peeyush Group. The organization covers several industries, including renewable energy, logistics, real estate, and so on. It has established itself in these industries and is leading the market because of its consistent drive for providing quality products and creating customer loyalty. Peeyush Group emphasizes the need to begin now to create tomorrow's entrepreneur. This is one of their core values as industry leaders. They are striving to create sustainability and secure tomorrow by empowering the youth and promoting entrepreneurship. Peeyush Pandit has succeeded in scaling the growth of these organizations, and his work has taken them to the multinational level. They are a name in the market, providing the best products and services in their industries. Peeyush Group has been around for over 2 decades, but continues to adapt to the changing market environment under the leadership of Peeyush Pandit. This company has attained an industry leader status because of Peeyush's commitment to provide quality and exceeding customers' expectations. Just like Help India Help Foundation, E-Village, and SBP, this organization combines its values with modern technology to carry out its projects. Needless to say that his vast scope of work has provided him with the exposure, expertise, and experience to succeed in almost any field. Peeyush is able to form and sustain positive relationship with people. He is able to work at resolving complex issues, a skill that is important for social work. He has received a plethora of awards and recognitions in acknowledgement of his contributions to social work. In 2018, he was recognized for his enormous contributions to society with India's Great Leader Award. This award was in recognition of his social work and youth empowerment efforts. His work speaks for itself and tells of someone who's passionate about the welfare of others. Peeyush's enormous contributions to India paved his way into the India Star Book of Records in 2019. His other awards include GTF World Summit Bangkok 2019, Volunteer Hero from the I Volunteer Awards 2019, Abad Samman Samaroh 2018, Blood Donation Award from the Rotary Club of New Delhi, Environmental Sentinel Award from the Green Care Society, Yuva Gaurav Samman for Youth Welfare, and Literature Confluence Award from poet Hum Tum. Peeyush Pandit, believes in the philosophy of growing together. His slogan is, "Let's grow together and create tomorrow's entrepreneur." He has the vision to create a society that is based on freedom, equality, solidarity, diversity, and fairness. Peeyush believes that by anchoring the journey on these values, it is possible to make India Sone ki Chiriya. Peeyush believes that when we work together, there is no limit to what we can achieve. He always emphasizes.
Wasn't that impressive? I'm sure you all felt the same way. Great work being done by this great man of action. Well, now it's time for our last from the land of Machu Picchu. We have with us Peru. We have with us Oh, I was muted. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. And now, ladies and gentlemen, after that impressive video, we have on the virtual stage our last speaker. Today, our last keynote speaker comes all the way from the land of Machu Picchu. He is, that is Peru. He is Mr. Yusuf Suleiman Kandame. So, Mr. Yusuf, the virtual stage is yours, and a big, big welcome to you. Mr. Yusuf. Oh, it seems he's not there. Well, then that's it, ladies and gentlemen, able dignitaries. It's time then to invite a very dynamic leader, lady, woman power, you know, the president of the International Youth Women's Entrepreneur Council. But not only that, she holds a lot of roles. So let me tell you about Dr. Satnam Dwaichakar, the co-founder, International Internship University, board member of Swaran Bharat Parivar. Dr. Satnam Dwaichakar is CEO, Council of International Commerce. Please mute your mics, ladies and gentlemen. Humble request. Thank you, and sorry about that. Dr. Satnam Dwaichakar is also head of Foreign Affairs, Arab Union Sustainability, Development and Peace, Advisory Board, Asian African Commerce and Industry, UK Chairman, International Human Rights Commission, Diplomatic Ambassador for Kingdom of Atlantis into the United Kingdom, keynote speaker, panelist, chief guest on 200 plus international forums, Diplomatic Fellow, International Officer, Greens of Color, Green Party UK, Vice President, Honorary Degrees Council, International Internship University, Country Head, United Kingdom, Shortlist Nominee, National Diversity Award, UK Women of Substance, Global Recognition 2021 Award by Leaders Without Borders Development Council. She also holds the top voluntary position as ambassador and country head in various prestigious organizations throughout the globe. Please welcome on the stage for the vote of thanks and the final words, Dr. Satnam Dwaichakar. Welcome, Dr. Satnam.
Thank you, Alka. Thank you for the warm welcome. Thank you, everyone. On behalf of our trustee, Roshanlalji, our co-founders, Stephen, Mona, and Mr. Pandit, our lovely country directors, our board of members, our entire fraternity from IIU. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank everyone to be participating with us, giving us your valuable input on this Iiu-Iydc today. Definitely the youth of today is what we build them, is what we host our future to. It is where we want to find our safe planet with. So it's so very important that we understand the requirements, how to support them. So this is initiative of International Internship University to bring such beautiful, platform together where expertise from around the world, the speakers, the global leaders, they come up. They not only share their views, their experiences, they even lay the foundation for us, people like us, to understand and gain from here and learn some real life experience and expertise. So we are very grateful, we are very thankful, we are very honored with everyone's presence, each one of our guests that time and again come and join us. We are very grateful, and hopefully IIU will keep leading us with more and more motives, not only to support the youth, but also to support the other agendas, women empowerment, working on the sustainable goals. And as a family, like I said, we are going to lead the world and save this planet. We're going to put the combat, whatever procedures are required to combat the global crisis. We're together as a family committed to bring those change back. So thank you very much. Again, I would like to thank, because for us, you are not just people who are coming in. For us, you're a family. Each time we come in, we join with you and we form an association for more and more times to come in and join and work together. So thank you very much, and very honored. Thank you, Alka. Back to you.
Thank you so much. And those were the power words from our, president, the co-founder, and really powerful, very honored, very thankful, attitudes of gratitude always, and a lovely woman of substance. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the close of day one. We look forward to having you here tomorrow, day after tomorrow, and day after tomorrow. So with that, take good care of yourselves, stay safe, stay happy, and yes, keep smiling, because peace begins with a smile, love begins with a smile, and action also begins with a smile. So till then, take good care, and bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.